powder right here on the table. And I'll touch with the lighter. Let's see what happens. So the cool thing about this powder is it's so unstable that it reacts really, really fast and doesn't leave a residue. It doesn't actually burn anything. And I want to prove that to you guys tonight by doing this again. So I did this on the table, which is very difficult to burn. The table's very stable. I can't really change anything about the table. But what we can do is we can put something down like a piece of paper, something that might burn. So what I'd like to do is appeal to you guys for a piece of paper. I got a 20. You got a 20? Who can beat a 20? Looking at people in t-shirts and bike stuff. Anybody else? This is how I do make my money. All right. So it looks good. Yeah. All right. So I'll put a little bit here on the 20. How about a little? Okay.
There goes your beard.
Not my phone. I saw this in Carbondale.
Yeah, this is like in the 90s. Yeah.
So this is for education. It's tax deductible. Just keep that in mind. So let's touch with the lighter. Let's see what happens.
Woo!
And the bill is just fine.
Yeah!
Okay, moving on. Hey. I told you it's tax deductible and it's for education. So one of the things I like to show you, this is something you can do at home and it's really straightforward. So I love to show off light. So all the things you guys have seen so far is light due to combustion. I'm going to show you another one here. This is light due to fluorescence. So this is just a green laser, okay? You guys are like my child. So this is extra virgin olive oil. So this is a green laser. When I put it through here, can we turn the lights off for a second?
Yes.
Thank you. So when I put it through here, what color do you see?
Red.
Red. Okay, so green is a more energetic form of energy than red. And when I put it through here, you see in the red. So that's because of the extra chlorophyll that's in extra virgin olive oil. You can do this at home with the green laser, so that's pretty sweet. This is a solution of rhodamine B. It's pink, but when I put the green laser through it, it turns orange. Okay, again, this is fluorescence. I give it a lot of high energy stuff and some lower energy light comes out. That's what fluorescence is. We'll keep the lights off for just another second here. This is my son's mess-free Color Wonder Crayola activity pad. And this is what it looks like in visible light. And so I have a UV flashlight. When I shine that on here, I'll just leave this out for other people to do. You can see that in the ultraviolet, it looks different. That's because they coated this stuff with things that markers won't end up making an image on, and things that markers will end up making an image on. So it's pretty cool. And a $10 UV flashlight is among the 10 best dollars I've ever spent. All right. Let me show you the same thing that's inside glow sticks. I have this in solution form. So originally I envisioned a slightly different way of doing this. It's working out okay, but if I just pour one into the other. So when you get a glow stick, the first thing you do is you crack it. You shake it up. Do a little happy glow stick dance. And eventually what happens to your glow stick? It fades, right? That's because the energy that's been given off in the form of light is, being spent. You have so much money, like 20 bucks, thank you. There you go. And I spend it, I no longer have it. And so this is spending its energy and won't be spent anymore. The way you can make it spend its energy more slowly is by putting it where? The freezer. Now all that does is it takes a chemical reaction and makes it happen slower. It does not take a dead glow stick and bring it back to life, as many people believe. All right. I have the same thing in solid form. The chief ingredient in this is laundry detergent, but the active ingredient is called luminol. So I'll put this on. So it's a solid form of it here. You can see right down there, it's got this glowing layering mix, but because there's a bunch of surfactant in here, it glows up right like that, but then you get this starry night looking stuff. And then when you turn the lights back on, this is going to look like a really gross Mountain Dew. So put that there. And then let's turn the lights on for a second, and then I'm going to ask them to turn them off again. So we're going to do one last one, which would be a blue energy flame from some ethanol that I'm going to burn. Oh, that's why it's fit. So what I've got here is a big container And I'm going to pour into it a little bit of ethanol. Not much. Ethanol is an alcohol. Many of you are drinking it. And it's really volatile, which means it goes from the liquid phase to the gas phase really easily. So if I just put some in here and shake it up, it's turning into a gas. Now, how many of you guys have been to a gas station before? Okay, many of you. I am talking to like a bike crowd, so that's...
No idea what you're talking about.
So anyway, so you go to gas stations. There are signs all over the place saying, "Do not do what." You can't smoke. You can't smoke at a gas station because there'll be a very large, very cool, very end of your life explosion. Right? So the three things you need for a fire: one is fuel. Okay, something that'll burn. Something else? Oxygen from the air. Gas stations are outside. The last thing you need? Spark, source of energy. So you got all those three things together, you can do that. Now, strangely enough, they sell cigarette lighters at gas stations. It's like asking for trouble. So what I'm interested in this is I'm interested in the fumes. I'm not interested in the liquid. So I'm going to pour out the extra liquid into this cup here. No one drink this cup. Put that right there. No one drink that cup in the corner. All right, so we're turning the lights off. You guys have been awesome. There's something to see and there's something to hear, so just make sure you're really quiet. Ready? That was a good one. And not too forceful because let's turn the lights back on. They suck. Yeah. So this is warm now, as you might imagine. And what I'm going to tell you that I thoroughly expect this audience to ignore is do not try this at home. Because obviously many bad things can happen. But one of the things that can happen is that this is a rocket. Rockets have this design feature. You got a big fat body and a little narrow mouth. Yeah. So gases expand and come out of like a restricted space like this is going to do work, push this in the opposite direction. It's being pushed on the table so it's not going to go anywhere. So you turn it this way, and it becomes a rocket. And you're standing right here. You become a burn victim. And I told my colleagues at the University of Chicago, you know, the guys that do physics with a bang, don't do this. And what did? They did it, and they built a ramp for it, so it's sitting like this. And it moves. And if you go to there, you can check out my blog at FaradaysClub.com. I've got some of the video there from it, and this goes like a good 20 feet. It gets launched, and it goes a good distance.
What was that liquid?
Ethanol.
Oh, ethanol.
Yeah, it's all ethanol. You could do it with methanol. You could do it with gas line heat, HEET, you know, the stuff you put in your, for those of you with cars, you put it in your cars, the yellow bottle. The thing is, that's a lot more reactive than ethanol, and it'll go much faster, but it's a really cool burn. So enjoy it. At any rate,
Can you put that in a balloon and then light the balloon?
with that stuff?
Yeah.
Probably. If I was going to do that, I'd use ether. Because that'll burn really quick and makes the gas much faster. The alcohols, when they get much heavier than ethanol, you're going to get soot, and then you're going to get burning parts of balloon. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a balloon?
I'm not prepared.
What's the blog again?
FaradaysClub.com. It's intended, like the overlap with the South Side Hackerspace, is that it's intended for teachers who want to learn new things about the ways they can teach. And so I'm pushing things out towards teachers, and a lot of them are very innocuous, and then some of them are also closer to things like this. So it's also not incredibly populated, so I'm going to be putting more things up there. At any rate, I hope you guys enjoy.